Good morning, y'all. Uh, this is not a series post. Just an observation. It's so crazy how this early morning walk journey is aligning with like the way I want people to think about budgeting and money. So, I started this. I'm in week 4. So the first week was rough because I'm not a early morning person. The second week was kind of weird for me because all of a sudden, my body started waking me up like a minute before the alarm. And I remember I'm waking up more than an hour earlier than I used to. And it would be really hard for me to wake up before. And then in 7 days, just over 7 days, my body is naturally waking up earlier. That didn't make sense. So I was waking up with no problem, which told me, child, all these little tiny dogs around here, it'd be big dogs too, but oh, that's a lot of dogs. So my body was telling me that this was something I needed to try to do. So that's why I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep getting up. Let me tell y'all, last week, I don't remember what day it was, but when I said I was exhausted, I did not feel like getting up. I didn't feel like going outside. I got up, no problem, but I didn't feel like going outside. But I went because I told myself, you made this commitment, and it's important that you keep it. It's a commitment to yourself. It's important that you keep this commitment to yourself. You commit to everybody else when they need it or they want it, and you show up for everybody else. This is your commitment to show up for yourself. So I went. I was tired when I got home, but I was so proud of myself that day. Out of all the days that I've done it, the few days, it ain't even a lot, but out of the days that I've done this, I was so proud of myself that day because I did not want to do it. I spent the first 15 minutes talking about how I didn't want to do it, but I did it and it was done. So all that to say, I'm in week 4. And when I say my scale has not been moving all year, right? At all. Like nothing, like not an ounce. It had a happy number. It was happy to live at that number. It wasn't broken. It just didn't want to go nowhere else. So I'm in week 4. I expected movement on the scale on the 4th day. Okay? Day 4. I expected scale be going down. Well, my feelings were so hurt. And I was very discouraged. In that first week, I was even more discouraged in the second week. Because, baby, what's going on is now I'm really thinking the scale was, at that point, week 2, I was like, nah, the scale got to be broken because I was noticing physical changes. So if the walking wasn't working, why was I having physical changes that did not correspond with the scale? Even though I know they say, don't focus on the scale, focus on the changes in your body. I get it. But for me, I needed to see something shake on that scale, and that was shaking. So last week, I stopped caring about the scale. Now, this is like a really quick process for me, so I'm still catching up. But I think it had to happen this way, so I could be in a position to talk about money this way. So last week, I stopped caring about the scale because for me, showing up for myself became more important. The physical changes that I've been seeing became more important. The way I feel became more important. Getting outside, I had to make sure he was in the gate, honey. Getting outside, because that ain't no little dog. Getting outside and enjoying this early morning sun and talking to y'all. Because this is a time that I found Sorry about my neighbor and all of his noise, okay? But talking to y'all about money became more important to me than the numbers on the scale. I keep saying I'm in week 4. The scale is starting to move. Now, the numbers that I got in my head, those not the numbers I see on the scale. I've never been down the street. I have to come back. No, I haven't been down the street. Anyway. So the numbers that I see on the scale are not the numbers that I had in my head. But after experiencing 0 movement for 3 weeks, I was happy with seeing a change today, okay? Now, I'm not here telling y'all my business for nothing. Ooh, what is that, a Nikita? Ooh, hey, honey. I'm not here telling y'all my business for nothing. That was in the gate too, thank the Lord. What I'm saying is, when you're budgeting, the beginning ain't gonna be pretty. And I'm gonna have some people on to talk about the beginning at some point, because the beginning, not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna feel good, because you have to change long-standing beliefs, habits, patterns. You gotta challenge yourself to do things you don't want to do, or things that don't make you feel comfortable. It's not gonna be fun. But if you decided to take action, step 3, if you decided to take action, that means that you made a commitment. You made a commitment to go through the process. And me out here early morning is my commitment to my process. And it's still very early on in my process, but I've already seen changes and I'm already seeing benefits. And I believe if you stay committed to the process and dedicated to the process, you see how people don't cut their trees. Please don't let y'all trees go all over the sidewalk. But if you stay committed to the process and dedicated to the things that you said you're gonna do for yourself, every dog in America is awake this morning. Every dog. I don't hear this many dogs when I walk in the morning. What? They be asleep? Good morning. How you doing? All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell a story about that in another day, but not right now. So yeah. I'm gonna get through this video. So yeah, stay committed to the process, to your commitment to yourself, what you said you were going to do for yourself, because you found it important to make that commitment. And you recognize that you have financial goals you want to achieve, and you may recognize that what you're doing today is not making any movement. You're not seeing movement in your bank account. You're not seeing movement as it relates to financial goals you may have. So it's time. It's time to stay committed, stay dedicated, go through the experience, feel the discomfort, but know that you are doing something that's going to make your life better before you know it. All right, until next time, control your money, and maybe get up and take a little walk, little 30-second walk real quick, just to see how I feel, because that's going to turn into 5 minutes. All right, control your money.